Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and I'm your host on this channel, Jess Signatures. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this lovely poncho over here. I can tell you for free, this poncho is one of the easiest, most simplest and classic things to wear. Yeah, I said it's one of, not the most simplest or easiest. It's one of it because it's something you can just easily throw on to accessorize with any accessory of your choice, and it will come out looking so good. Like whenever you step out wearing this poncho, it will be like wow, everybody will be like speechless. So if this is what you'll be interested in watching, let's go to the workstation. But before we go there, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. It will not cost you anything, but it will mean a lot to me and it will help the channel to grow. Also guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know your suggestions in the comment section down below. Whatever you want me to recreate, my social media handles are always open, and also the comment section is open for whatever recreation that you want. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this video. So guys, the first thing we're going to start with is the back piece, because the back piece is the one with more fabric and it's straightforward. So the first thing to do is measure 3 inches width for your neckline from the edge of the paper, the way I just did, and then you come down by 1 inch. And what I'm just doing here is outlining, drawing out the line so that it will be visible for you to see and understand what I am saying. And then you draw your neck curve or neck design, whatever it's called. And that's that about the neckline. You see how simple this tutorial is as we go forward. So the next thing you do now is to measure the length of your poncho. If you want it at 20 inches, 23 inches, 24, 25, 26 inches, it's left to you and your client. So I did mine at 26 inches. You can do yours longer, you can do yours shorter. So I think 26 inches is just fine because I'm kind of tall. And then you don't take the 26 inches like a normal straight measurement. You take it around that neckline design that you drew, so it will give it a kind of curve that would make it look like a cape from behind. I don't know if that's making sense, but just look at what I'm doing and you get it. Like the neck design at the back, you just keep following it and you keep marking your points at your length, either 26 or 25 or 20, 24, 22 inches, whatever length that you're using. So after doing that, you just connect the lines together, or you cut out. If you're sure of yourself, you cut it out, or you connect the lines together and cut out. And then after cutting out the length, you cut out the neck design. And that's that for the back piece. The next thing to do for the front, for the back piece, still we need to cut it out on the fabric, because we already cut it on paper, and then NEPA took the lights. Like guys, NEPA took the lights in Nigeria. Anyways, let's continue. So for the front piece, I cut a rectangular piece which measures 26 inches by 41 inches. The length is 41 inches, as you can see, and the width is 26 inches. The reason why the width is 26 inches is because the length of the back piece is 26 inches. If yours is 22 inches, make sure the width is 22, because you'll be connecting both together. You see it when we are sewing this poncho. And then I cut another piece for 26 by 33 inches, which will be the shorter piece. If you look at the poncho design that I put on the thumbnail, you see that one side is longer than the other, so this is the shorter side. And then the final piece to cut is this small piece which measures 5 by 6 or 6 by 5, whatever you call it. You just make sure you measure 5 by 6, and then we'll get to the sewing table. So guys, from the neck, you can see the neck design. I did 3 inches, but I would advise you do 2.5 so it wouldn't be so wide like mine was, but notwithstanding, it came out nice. Now from that place, part that extends from the neck design is the sleeve. So you put, that's the 26 inches, you match the 26 inches of either the longer side or the shorter side. You be the one to determine which side you want on the right and which side you want on the left, either the longer one or the shorter one. And then you hem all of the edges, like all the raw edges you hem it. You can either do this by double folding, or you overlock and then fold once, or you use a bias stitch. Whichever method works well for you, you do that. I just folded mine 2 times, and then I sewed them all together, and I did that for all the raw edges before finishing up my poncho. Guys, we're almost done with this poncho. I told you it's so simple, it's unbelievably simple and straightforward, even a beginner. And one bonus about this is that you don't need to even use a sewing machine. If you can see how neatly sewn it is, all the edges. So now, like I was saying, if you don't have a sewing machine, or you're someone who does not sew, you can just use your needle and thread and do it, or your gum. Now for that small piece, you fold into two and you sew by half an inch, because once you use it for that's what you use in connecting both pieces together. It will all make sense when we are done. So after doing that, at this point you can decide to iron it to make it flat, or you turn it first and then you iron to keep it flat. But here I was working without light, like you saw earlier, so I was unable to use my pressing iron. But if you're doing this for a client, I advise you press it. If there's no light, you wait for light, or if you can use your iron on your gen, that's fine. So now to get the position where that, let's call it handle, where that handle will be, you just measure your under bust measurement and add 2 inches. My under bust measurement is between 13 and 14, and then you add 2 inches. I just made it 16 inches. And then from the edge of the fabric, you come in by 9 inches. Remember, we went down by 16 inches, then you come in by 9 inches. When you come in by 9 inches, that is the position you place that handle. Now the handle, you fold in half an inch and then you sew down, and you do that for the bottom part as well, and then it's fixed, and we are done with this.